Welcome to Wednesday's programme. First tonight, protesters who've set up camp in the centre of Nottingham say they're preparing to spend Christmas there.
It's all part of that global campaign against financial inequality. But after almost 3 weeks camping out, what have they really achieved? Well, our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball is in the Old Market Square for us. Good evening, Jeremy.
Yeah, good evening. This camp's been growing over the last few weeks. There are more than 30 tents here now, and over here you probably just heard the chimes for 6:30. They've just started their evening 6:30 assembly. Now, some of these protesters come and go from the camp. Some of them stay here overnight, but it's definitely getting people talking.
We do a lot for this country. They're all students.
I mean, if you think people don't care about politics, just come and listen to this.
It's an economic job.
Well, all they want is to change the world.
I've given up my warm bed and the comforts of home to come here because it needed doing. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to start that process of change and bring it home to Nottingham.
We're talking about your granny with Meals on Wheels to the young mother next door and the Sure Start and things that everybody can relate to.
Kitchen area where all the food's prepared.
They're kitted out for the long haul.
Washing up area where everything's kept clean.
They've even brought the kitchen sink and they're digging in.
We have bought a stove out of the donations that people have given us, a field stove, so we've got an oven so we can cook Christmas dinner. I've achieved a connection with the people of Nottingham that perhaps I didn't feel I had before, even though I've been Nottingham born and bred and I've lived here all my life.
We've had a problem with some people's attitude.
Talk to them, find out what...
No one's in charge here, so there are meetings for the camp to sort out problems and make decisions. Today's agenda, the cleaning rota and how they'll mark Remembrance Day.
Go home, recharge.
So how do they answer the charge that it's pointless and that a protest like this will never change the financial system?
I think a lot of us have hope, because without the hope, it's a rather sad-looking world, I think. We have to try.
Are you going to change the world?
Yes, eventually. Yes, we will. The world will change, and evolution, a revolution through evolution is what we aim to achieve.
It's a big ambition, and they know there are people who think their demands are naive, but it won't stop them trying.
Jeremy, we have of course seen a huge row over plans to evict a camp just like this outside St Paul's in London. I mean, are the Nottingham protesters going to be moved on?
Well, no, not at this stage. They have agreed to move voluntarily from the other side of the Old Market Square, but I've spoken to both the police and the council locally who say there are no plans at this stage to shut this camp down. In fact, there seem to be fairly good relationships with the authorities here. I think the thing they're rather more worried about in this area is people coming to town at night, getting drunk, causing problems, so much so that some of the people here have been running security teams to protect the camp at night, and whatever they might or might not be achieving here, they say they're here for the long haul.
OK, Jeremy Ball, thank you.
Next tonight, a taxi driver